Good morning, all of you. We'll have the advance and mains paper discussion. I'll start with first advance. Okay, any questions you can put it in chat box. Paper one it is, paper one. Question number 3. Yeah. In enter, if the width of slow slit is increased, the fringe pattern becomes indistinct. I think this is what the diffraction, okay, we can pick up. So that is due to what will happen. Say, like what do you mean by interference? Interference what happen only when like a secondary maximum minimas of different of two slits, they overlap. There's one thing. So as you increase the width of the slit, at one particular width, the secondary maxima minima itself will disappear. So then we'll get only central maxima, if you can recollect. So like this, we'll get it here. Now, what is the interference? Superposition of two diffraction patterns. So the width of slit, it matters here. So at particular value, these things will disappear. The fringe pattern becomes indistinct. Indistinct means will not be visible. Option A is due to diffraction effect. Diffraction theory, better call. So what is the interference? Interference is nothing but the special case of diffraction. During interference of light, energy is not conserved. Energy must be conserved. There's a wrong statement. Ink diffraction performed using a source of white light, white fringes are observed. Yes, it will be. The central maxima will be the white fringe only. Fringes is telling.
Only one white fringe will be observed.
Only fringes. S is also there. S, even S is visible. So this is not possible. There's a 3D projector we do use. There's an old, like a till 1990s, we were using this particular thing. Now what happened? Little bit different approaches there. So we use polarizers, everything. So there's a based on 3D movie. It should be AD, key given, I think. This should be the cut key. B should not be there. If not were there, then okay, fine. I'll remove this not. Option D should have not asked, because now modern we are using the you can say polarizers with help of polarization. The 3D movies are being formed. Can you hear me?
Sir.
Oh yeah, some I think with mobile power not there. We'll go with mobile data. Yeah. No. Any other question? Question number 1 to 5. Lost connectivity. No chat. Yeah. After this. Any questions, books? Question number 10. Question number 10. So you can directly tenth one figure is there. What do you mean by no figure?
The exam figure was not this.
Oh, exam figure not
Yes,
there.
sir. We don't know the value of D in the exam, capital D.
Oh, this one. Capital D, this one. 2 meters is not feasible.
Yes, sir. And I don't think we had the figure, sir.
No figure for online exam. Yeah, this will be. I think this will be deleted. This question will be deleted or add mark, something like that. We will object it, this one. This, I think you can write y1 by y2. So this will be n1 lambda 1 capital D. Choose. Okay. Yeah, it will be given add marker. Next afterwards. In Young's double slit experiment apparatus, the ratio of maximum to minimum intensity on screen is 9, the wavelength of light use. Then find the ratio of width. Okay, we have I max equal to root of I1 plus root of I2 whole square. I minimum will be root I1 minus root I2 whole square. And intensity is directly proportional to width of slit. Can you remember this formulas? So with that, we can predict the width of the slits, no? Find the ratio of width of larger slit to smaller slit. Is asking W1 by W2. From this, we have the ratio 9 by 1. So we'll get the ratio of I1 by 2. From I1 by I2, don't talk in terms of amplitude. Directly intensity is directly proportional to width of slit. I think there's a one statement is what we have put it. After this, (15, 16, 17). This is the two mirrors for no. So this I'll give some simplified diagram. So it will be much easier. Diagram, there are two mirrors are there, no? Inclined. And this is the screen. Am I right? Yeah, fine. Okay, now the source is kept at an angle theta. To make problems simple, I'm assuming conditions like this. Huh? Source is there's a source, there's a mirror M1, M2. This angle will take, so this is the angle between the mirrors. Some geometry is what matters here. Now, nothing you can later on you can do very easily. So there's an angle between the mirrors, no? The theta. How much is given? 12 degrees. 12 minutes is given, no? 12 minutes of an arc. So theta is the angle between them. After this, what is said? This also theta, no? Yeah. Theta. Yeah, I'll assume like this, you know, where the images will be. No, I'm just explaining. I'm just bringing a formula simplified way so that it'll be easy for you. I know OS is not perpendicular. It's all only the theta. It depends. The value of theta depends. It doesn't matter. So I'm just giving the core idea. Then you say that the problem will become very, very simple. The position of S, it depends on the theta, the orientation. Let me assume, I explain concept, then we'll come to the numerical. Fine. What about the images? Like where do the image will be formed? So first a ray, you take it from here. I think a diagram will not be sufficient. I'll do one thing, I need more space. I need, okay, I'll do one thing, I'll push these things down. Okay, first the ray diagram. Two mirrors are there, no? One more ray. We can put like this. Huh? We'll extend back this. We'll get the This is one thing, and ray diagram. Yeah, this one should. Now some rough ray diagram. This will be. Oh, this one. Both should come on same vertical line. Yes, so some approximated one it is. Okay, these are the, it will become images, no? So this will become S1, S2. So we have to calculate this distance and this will become the capital D. So we'll get the fringe width. So this distance is what we don't know, call X1, this X2. These two are mirrors. If you draw account to scale, no, you'll get exact condition. No, now let's get into the calculation part. So what is the fringe width? Lambda capital D by small d. This should be the fringe width. So we know X1, so we have to calculate X2 and this particular distance D. Any calculation part we can take help of here. This will be theta. So what can be these two angles? So you do one thing, if the mirror, so they should be, these two should be theta only. I think I will take out this rays. I'll give one more diagram. I'll give one more diagram, simplified one. We'll do one thing. I'll give one more diagram. There's about only ray diagram, so one will have only dots. It'll be easy for us. New page. Yeah. Okay, later on you can refer. I'll give one more very easy diagram so that we can. Okay, there's a thing. So there's a mirror. And there's another mirror. The source is here. Even it can be at an angle also. So some of you are objecting, no? Okay, I'll do one thing. According to your wish, I didn't show vertical. You can see now. Now where it will form its image will be here. The basic idea is dash. Similarly, compared to you extend this mirror. You extend this mirror. So with respect to that line, it will form image S1 and exactly it will be S2. Okay, this is with respect to this line. No? So let's extend this one here. Now this is M1, mirror M1. Okay, you take M2. SS M1 should be equal to S1 M1. So therefore, if this is theta, this should be theta. And SO should be equal to S1O. Similarly, SO should also be equal to S2O or O2S. So one very important conclusion. This is what will simplify our problem. SSO should be equal to OS1 OS2. So I think we know that distance. So if you know that distance, so this is what he has given. Say let's R equal to R it is. Then if you know this, then what can be these angles? Call this is alpha and alpha. Anything can you say about alpha? Alpha should be theta. And if you know alpha and you know this is R, can you calculate the distance D as it is? Then also you know this distance x1, this x2. So we'll get the thing. There's a ray diagram I shown rough ray diagram. So there's a mathematics which will help you. Line outcome. Yeah. So this will be x1. So the distance, this will be D. Alpha should be equal to theta. Okay, agreed, no? So now we know the distance D. So how to get x1? Again, cos alpha is there. We have that one. From cos alpha, we can bring it because D we are able to calculate from D. And since we know this is R, so we'll get the x1. Then we'll get the fringe width, lambda capital D by small d. Approximately is telling, just verify it. Okay, afterwards, the number of possible fringes formed on the screen. Number of fringes formed on the screen. So for that, what will happen? I think we should go for this particular length, and we know fringe width. So this again, from ray optics, you should calculate this distance. From ray optics, you should calculate distance. So A, B you have to calculate. Then number of fringes will be AB by fringe width. And moreover, if you look at the condition, what is giving is they're reflected by mirror, no? Both the rays are reflected by the mirror. Length of the spot will be AB can we calculate mathematically? We know this alpha. From the alpha, we'll get this AO. So like I'll move above that one here. Call P. So AP first, if you can calculate, then PB we have to determine. Or nothing but the field of view of each mirror has to be determined. And the distance x1 also has to be taken. I think we have to take help of mathematics. Yeah. This will be alpha. Am I right? Check once. This should be alpha. Then this also will be alpha. This is x2, sorry. This is x1. Yeah, come for now. I think, okay, now we'll get the field of view. So we know alpha equal theta. So x1 is given. From that, what will happen? We can calculate the distance AP. Then similarly, the distance PB has to determine. So if you know AB, then the fringe width we know. So number of fringes will get it. I didn't do any workout here. Just I have idea. I'm sharing it. Okay, I'll do one thing. Small sine alpha is equal to d by 2 by r. So d is equal to 2 alpha r. Alpha will be very small. So 2 alpha r it will come. This will be substituting that lambda. Capital D also we have to find out. So D is equal to x1 plus x2. X1 is given. What about x2? X2 will be cos alpha is equal to x2 by r. Then substituting will get the capital D. Then we can work out here. Anybody check calculation? Huh? Or verify afterwards. Huh? That there's a basic idea. Huh? 15, 16. But I think the number of fringes, check it. Huh? Okay, AP plus PB. Ray diagram, correct? No, ray diagram. So this is the ray it will come. Yeah, fine. Yeah. Okay, I think we know OS, no? So from OS, so what we can calculate is, so we know alpha directly, we know x1. So we'll get AP and PB. This will be easier method. You have to verify calculation. Huh? Any objections are there, you just share me. So we can object later on. 15, 16 over, no? So afterwards, 17. What is given? OS, it doesn't matter, huh? Theta orientation, it doesn't matter. See, orientation of OS, let it be everything. So it's all, the only theta is what needed for us. OS is perpendicular means then it will become very easy for you to draw ray diagram. There's only advantage, but anyway, like only the angle made by OS with the mirror M1 is what it matters. I'm making things clear. Just to draw ray diagram, we are assuming OS to be perpendicular, so that will become easier for us. See, I think I can change the orientation of the mirrors as long as the theta is maintained. So it doesn't matter for us. You change orientation of mirrors, all the data will remain as it is. So OS can be perpendicular or cannot be perpendicular to horizontal. It doesn't matter. 15, 16 over 17. A glass plate of thickness and refractive index 3 by 2. Okay, mu G and this mu L will write it. Okay, let's write path equation. Delta X is equal to S2 P mu S2P minus T. Okay, mu L S2P minus T plus mu GT. This is what S2P minus S1P. S1P will be mu L S1P. So let's go for mu L S2P minus S1P mu G minus mu L into T. This should be through geometry. This should be dy by capital D. So mu G minus mu L T, and this is n lambda. Check for central maxima. N should be 0. The position of central maxima. Now substitute all the values here. So this will be n lambda is equal to dy max by D mu G by mu L minus 1 into T. Keep it equation like this. It will be there. This is 3 by 2. Mu G is how much? 5 by 2 minus T by 4 minus 1. Mm. 3 by 2 you take outside. Let it be like this only. 3 by 2 minus of 5 by 2 plus T by 4 3 as it is. Okay, we'll do one thing. 3 will be there here. 5 minus T by 4 T by 2 here minus 5 plus T by 2 into T. So n lambda dy max by D all divided by, no, this is 3 minus, so this will become T by 2 minus 2 or T minus 4 by 10 minus T. Okay, keep this. Okay, bring expression for Y max. Y max is equal to n lambda capital D by D.
That is plus, sir.
Plus is missing here. Minus of, so minus of this will become plus 4 minus T by 10 minus T, T capital D by small d. Okay, now you check it. The position of central magma at T equals 0. Put T equals 0, check the position of central magma. Capital T is a timer. Index varied time. Capital T is a time, not small t. So I'll write thickness of slab T naught. Small t, again you start thinking time. Ten minus 0 T naught capital D by small d. You get the position of central maxima. The time when central maxima reaches O is after what time it reaches O. Then put y equal to 0. N should be equal to 0. Then at that particular time, the central maxima will be at the axis. Okay, time is asking. So this is about YCM, the time when central magma reaches O. Okay, we'll do one thing. Central, as T varies, central magma will vary, no? So we'll differentiate this equation. So VCM is equal to T naught derivative of this one, 4 minus T by 10 minus T. You'll get the expression for velocity of center of mass as a function of time. The time when central maxima reaches O. Okay, they're only asking time, no? I don't know why. Anybody, if you differentiate this, what do we get? 10 minus T. This may not be needed. Huh? After what time central maxima will be at O? Any simplest approach can we do?
Can directly write YCM is
Okay,
equal to
okay.
0.
Yeah, I'll do one thing. This will be better option, no, for us than doing any other thing. Then so this will be 4 minus t 10 minus t. Okay, t equal to 4 seconds. Yeah, this will be simplified one. Any other question in this paper? 13th one. I'll come back. 13, 1, 3. And the main scale of a vernier caliper reads in millimeter, and its vernier is divided in 10 divisions with coincides. Okay, I think that that's the basic formula. 10 divisions, 10 VSD is equal to 9 MSD. So with this, we'll get the least count. So least count should be equal to 1 MSD by 10 that one. So 1 MSD is what? Millimeter. So 1 millimeter, 1 into, or select it, 1 mm by 10. So this will be 0.1 mm. This is the least count. Then when two jaws of instrument touch each other, the fourth division of the vernier scale coincides with the main scale division. Zero of vernier scale lies to the right of zero of main scale. So what is the zero error? Should be equal to 4 into least count. Should be positive, no? The zero error should be positive. Then between 2 and 3 division of main scale, furthermore, when a cylinder is tightly placed along its length between two jaws, it is observed that, okay, 2 millimeter. So let's come for this. Calculate the length of cylinder. 2 millimeter is the main scale reading. Vernier scale reading is how much? 78th division of main scale. 78 means in millimeter. It is observed that 78th division of the main scale coincide.
That second and third division is for 0 error, sir.
Sentence I'm reading. And the zero of vernier lies to the right of zero of main scale and lies between 2 and third division of main scale.
2.4 millimeter will be 0 error.
Oh, something such a large. Its sentence is here and lies between. Oh, here. Okay, fine. This should be small letter. 1 year lies to the, consider with the main scale division, 0 of 1 year lies to the right of 0 of main scale, and oh, I think 0 is very large. Between 2 and 3 of this one. So 2 millimeter is what? 0 error. Plus again, how much is telling? Which one? Fourth division, when two jaws of touches. Fourth division of vernier scale coincides with the main scale. And 4 VSD. Okay, I think I should draw a scale. Huh? So not possible. We have to draw a scale. Let me just have a rough scale. This is graduated in 2 millimeters. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. The vernier lies between 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the next 1 year what happened? Fourth division of 1 year. That fourth, again we have 10 VSD equal to 9 MSD, no? Okay, I don't know how. The fourth division is what is telling will merge. Yeah, so this is the unknown thing, no? With what it will merge with main scale? This fourth line, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is 10. The fourth line with what main scale should merge, that should be given, no? Or not needed.
Not needed, sir. Zero error won't be so large.
No, zero error is this much, no? This much is zero error, no? 2 plus 2 millimeter plus X millimeter is needed. To calculate the X, the fourth line with what it should merge with the main scale is needed, no? With what
Not needed,
line?
sir.
Not needed.
It will merge with fourth division of main scale only.
No, it's
Sir, while
telling.
explaining, you showed that figure, you were moving the vernier scale a bit. So
That
whenever
one.
the fourth division was merging, it was merging with the fourth division on the main scale.
You mean to say fourth division of the vernier scale coincides with the main scale division and the zero of vernier scale lies. Okay, this 10 VSD equal to 9 MSD, no?
Zero of vernier scale lies between 0 and 1, sir, of main scale, and fourth
No.
division coincides with fourth division of main scale.
No, read. Touch each other. The fourth division of vernier scale coincides with the main scale, and zero of vernier lies to the right of zero of main scale and lies between 2 and 3. I think what I drew diagram is correct,
Yes,
no?
sir. So sorry, sir, I didn't.
Yeah, 2 and 3 it lies. The fourth line of vernier with what line it will merge with main scale?
Sixth lines.
Sixth line, sir.
Sixth line it will come, huh? Yeah, 4, 5. Sixth line of main scale, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, when you move it, no? So this, you have to draw it properly. Sixth line. So here will be fourth one, huh? Okay, okay, this amount. So now we know this is 4 VSD. Now we'll get the zero error. What is zero error? Zero error is we are very sure about 2.3 millimeter plus X millimeter has to be calculated. For that, 6 millimeter.
In 2.3, sir. Only two now, sir.
No, this one. X has to be determined. So for to determine X what will happen, I will proceed like this. Zero error plus 4 VSD should be equal to, okay, two unknown things are there, no?
Four MSD minus 4 VSD.
No, sixth line it is merging. No, this is MSD, no?
6 MSD minus 4 VSD.
6 MSD minus 4 SD will be the zero error straight away.
Not zero error, sir. X, I'm telling. I'm talking about X. X will be, sorry, zero error, sir.
Zero error, directly zero error. We should not do like this. It should be 6 MSD minus 4 VSD. This will be zero error. If you want, okay, you can calculate later on X, you can calculate. You should have given diagram. Things would have been easier. unless you don't have that vision, no, not possible. Okay, now fine. This is a zero error. Huh? Now, furthermore, when cylinder is tightly paired along its length between two jaws, it observes the 78th division of the main scale coincides with the 6th division of vernier scale. Again, we have to construct a scale. Huh? 78th division will merge with 6th division of vernier scale. 4, 3, 2, 1. This is 0. Now, using this, what will happen? We should calculate what comes the main scale reading, P. From how many? This is 6 VSD. We have this condition, no? So here, what can be this distance Y you have to calculate. Then the main scale reading, we are going to get it. Zero can be either way, no? Here it can be.
There is no use of Y, sir. Directly we'll write 78 MSD minus 6 VSD.
But this distance we needed, no?
Not required, sir.
Check it.
We need from 0 of main scale to 0 of vernier scale. So we can write 78 MSD minus 6 VSD.
78 MSD, this is okay. Minus 6 VSD. Will give this particular reading.
Main scale reading.
Main scale. Okay, this particular thing. Huh? What about next? This gap.
From that we'll subtract 0 errors.
No, 0 is okay. Anyway, I'm going to subtract here. But this length is needed, no?
Need of that length, sir.
No, not needed, sir.
No, 0 of 1 here need not be at P, no?
It doesn't matter, sir, where it is.
We needed value of P, no? P plus that one.
That is when they give the exact point where both are coinciding and they give the value of P, sir. When we get questions, they give value of P, then we can use that formula.
No, it is
The
observed.
question is for using MSD minus VSD directly.
It is observed 7th division of main scale coincides 6th division of calculate the length of cylinder. Okay, then directly the P will be 78 MSD minus 6 VSD. This is the thing. So now the length of the rod will be P minus 0 error. One VSD we can express in terms of that. Least count not needed. And we have it. 1 MSD is 1 millimeter. Okay, I think calculations, check it. I'm just only proposing the idea. Any other question?
Sir,
Ah,
fifth question, option C.
fifth one, option C. Fifth one, where is the fifth one? Yeah, if D is equal to option C, 4.8 lambda, then total 8 minima would be there on the screen. D equal to 4.8 lambda is telling. So at infinity, so when the rays reach here, what will happen? O will be minima? O will not be minima, no? No, just 4.8. If you go there, path difference should be n lambda, no? So where the path difference, okay, I'll draw the line. Let's get into this one. So this is S1, this is S2. This is what 4.8 lambda. So somewhere far away, the path difference will be equal to 0. Now this path difference here is 4.8 lambda. Somewhere here will be next, how much will get? 4.5 lambda, 4 lambda, 3.5 lambda, 3 lambda, 2.5 lambda, 2 lambda, 1.5 lambda, lambda, 0. So calculate now. So what are minimas? Minimas will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and below also 5. 10, no, it should be.
Sir,
Ah,
in solutions they had given only 5 minimas.
below and above. Huh?
Okay, sir.
Below 5, above 5. Total should be 10, no? It's telling 8, so you can't pick up this option. Any other question? Paper 1. Please do ask again, you need not to waste time. Maximum I'll try my level best to give diagrams, everything. Huh? Okay, 13, okay now. Shall I go for paper 2? Paper 1. Almost I think known questions are there except 1, 2, 3. This one you have to work out a diagram, everything I have put it. The simplest idea. So no, don't go for any other approach because the fringe width is this one. So you have to make it still it as YDSC only. That is your primary goal. Huh? Keep that in mind and enter into the problem. Pretty much easier. Or even you should have this approach, huh? Like the object distance should be equal to image distance. Similarly, for this mirror, the object distance should be equal to image distance. So based on that is what I'm just thinking, and I'll show that S1, S2 will be lie on vertical line. Then capital D, small d. So this X2, X1 is given. X2 have to be determined. We don't know this. So we can calculate since you know this one. So this OS should be equal to OS1 or OS should be equal to OS2 from the mirror concept. Because if you draw a triangle here like this, from similar triangle, I think the problem becomes very simple with this idea. Only thing is the number of interference fringes. For that we should know this particular thing, the field of view. You do one thing, calculate field of view only to do this mirror. Calculate field of view only due to this mirror. Check it now. So what is the length of the region where the field of view exists on the screen? By fringe width will be number of fringes. Okay, then yeah, we'll paper 2. This is. Any questions in paper 2? (11 and 15). Where are 11, 11? Let's come to the 11. This 11, I think you can straight away. In exam, anything happened for you? Exam, anything not visible? Question number 11.
No, sir, it's completely visible.
Completely visible, but somebody sent in WhatsApp the value of Z or something diagram. Okay, no problem in exam, no? Okay, then we'll go for it. There is another pair of Let me read questions. S2, S2, IT is a no. Now the board having slit S3, S4 is moved upward parallel to its perpendicular line till S4 is on line AO. Now observe that now the intensity at point O is I2. Okay, it is shifted up. I think you can make this problem of two slits one. S4 is online and is observed that now the intensity at point O is I2. Now I think directly this will be the slit S4 will come here. Z equal to lambda capital D by 2D. So it should be somewhere here, the board. Lambda capital, I think minima will exist here. Use 3. This will become S3, this will become S4. This distance we know small d. Here maxima should exist. So here intensity is I0. 4 I0 will be there. Lambda capital D by 2D should be the minima. So 0 intensity. Okay, now he's asking what will be the intensity at point 2. So what can be this distance? This will be the axis for the second one, no? This is the axis for the slit S1, S2. This will be axis 2. So this distance will be how much? Lambda capital D by 4D. Okay, now get the intensity at point 2. So this is 0 and 4 I0. So at lambda capital D by 4D should be, again, the minima should exist, no? But here the intensities are what happen are not same. I max by I minimum formula is what you should apply. Okay, this is of 0 intensity, 4 I0. Then the intensity everywhere will be, okay, this will be very simple. Here will be 4 I0. I minimum should be root I4 minus root I3 whole square. Check with this formula. I3 is 0, no? So therefore I minimum should be I4, that one. So I minimum, I max, both will be equal to 4 I0. No need of any calculation, just basic conditions. On screen 2. Okay, question number 11.
Sir, how did you take 4 I not, sir?
That AO will become axis, no, for the slit S1, S2. Okay, you're asking this how this is 4 I0. Huh? Let me check it.
No, sir. Oh,
Here, huh?
yes, sir.
This is 0, this is 4 I0.
Path difference will be enough, sir.
Zero is intensity.
So
not
now
phase.
this point is how much? This distance is how much? No, this distance is lambda capital D by 2D, no? Distance is lambda capital. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll call this is D dash. For us, it will be. So it is at a distance of D by 2. D dash by 2. Oh, exactly opposite to slit will come, no? Uh-huh. Then I have to work out.
It will be 4 I naught only, sir. Intensity of one slit is 0. It is like that slit is not even there. It is covered with something, some opaque material. No light will come
One
from
is
slit S3.
the slit S3, no, only one slit is there. No, if one slit is there, okay, let me do mathematically rather than American. No? So D dash. So the point exactly opposite to other slit is being asked. The point exactly to oppose other slit. So D dash by 2 will be 4 I naught. I feel, yeah. Or you can do mathematically. So I just use the distances. Lambda capital D by 2D will be minima. Lambda capital D by D will be first maxima. Lambda capital D by 2D will be first minima. Because here first maxima will come, B1. Here first minima will come. This will be easier approach, no? I feel. So lambda capital D by 2D will be again the first minima. But since according to the formula, what it says, the intensity of two slits are different, then the intensity of maximum minima are given by this. So use this approach. What is the option given? 11th one, 0.5. Now I think there is another pair of identical slits which are having separate. 0.0 is on screen at the common permutations of S1, S2, and S therefore I1 is the intensity at 0.0. I1 you have to calculate. I just shown only I2. Am I right? I2 you know how to calculate. Calculate intensity I1 at 0.2. Then take the ratio. That will be okay, that one. I1 okay, all of you? You can manage I1. I1 is different when the slit is symmetric. So that then is asking this one. I'll give the diagram. Some of you are asking that. Yeah, now let's do one thing. This is the slit S1, S2, lambda capital D by 2D, something S3, S4. Now is asking what is intensity. So lambda capital D by Z is equal to lambda capital D by. So lambda capital D by 4D it is. So calculate intensity at these 2 points now. Should be 2I naught, 2I naught, 2I naught. Now calculate intensity I1. Anybody how much intensity will be? 2I naught, no? Here?
Where, sir? Yes, 2 I.
Yeah, it will be 2I naught. Now calculate I1. Anyway, it should be maxima. So root of 2I naught plus 2I naught. Eight I naught. I2 is 4I naught. Okay, now you do calculation. Question number 6, sixth one. One side of a thin equiconvex lens is silvered. A wavefront is incident on the mirror lens combination, neglecting spherical aberration. No. What conditions are possible is asking. If incident wavefront, say plane wavefront means object at infinity. So if object is at infinity, object at infinity. So definitely what is this? This everything is equal to one concave mirror only. Incident wavefront is plane. If it is a plane wavefront means what does it mean? What does it mean? The rays are incident parallel. After reflection or pen, they should like a converge at a point. So because there's everything, this is equivalent to a concave mirror. So definitely what do you expect? The rays after reflection should merge at a point, should meet at a point, and after that they'll proceed further. So if you are drawing the wavefront, no? So these are the wavefronts. After reflection, the wavefronts should converge, then diverge. So diverge is this one. This is like this. Yeah, able to understand, no? So incident wavefront is a plane, then reflected wavefront may also be plane. I think we cannot pick up this option here. Wavefront, if incident
Sir,
wavefront is spherical, the reflected wavefront may be spherical. Yeah.
for certain value of mu, I think it is 3 by 2, mu equal to 3 by 2, the focal length of this concave mirror will become infinity.
Okay, I'll do. You are saying
It will become a plane mirror, sir.
mu minus 1. Okay, this is the
2 by r.
2 by r, or we'll write it f equal to r by 2 mu minus 1. This is the length. Then 1 by f equal to 1 by fm minus 2 by fl. This will be r by 2 minus r by 2. FL will be r by 2 mu minus 1 minus 2 by r minus 4 by r mu minus 1. Any value of mu? Mu should be greater than 1.
Mu minus 1 will go to the numerator, sir.
Okay, what will be that? But mu cannot be equal to 1, no? Here.
Yes, sir. You simplify it more, sir. First,
Okay,
for I think 3 by 2 will get 0.
Minus 2 by r, I'll take outside. So 1 plus 2 by mu minus 1.
Mu minus 1 will be in the numerator, sir. You wrote it wrongly in the step above.
1 by FL, no? Oh, here it should be. This is okay, no? Minus 2 by r. Mu minus 1 by I'll erase all. Now this will be 2 by r. I'll take outside minus 2 by r. This will be 1 minus 1 plus 2 mu minus 1. 1 by f equal to minus 2 by r. Two mu minus 1. Okay, fine. This will be
2 mu minus 3, sir. When mu equal to 3 by 2, 1 by f equal to 0, f tends to infinity.
okay. That one. So now f equal to r by mu equal to 3 by 2. You make it
1 by 2, sir.
Mu cannot be less than 1, no? especially only that is not at, see, what we use this optics no for visible light. This is, I think I'm making clear. I think once you got in CTA paper where the mu was less than 1, am I right? If you can recollect.
Less than 0, sir.
Hmm?
Less than 0.
Okay, that one. So that is only for higher microwave frequencies and not for visible light. It's a strict condition. In microwave oven, no, we use some materials where mu will be less than 0. Mu can be negative. That is only for higher frequency, not for visible range. So finish short, then no question of that. Okay, so the mu, what happened? You think anything about mu greater than 1? The wavefront, what happened? Don't bother wavefront. A wavefront is like a wavefront parallel means object is at infinity. If incident wavefront is plane wavefront means object at infinity. If reflected wavefront is plane means what happened? The final image is at infinity. There's a method what we should apply here. Question number 6. Question number 8. I'll come to the 8. Somebody is asking 8. Newton's laws of cooling based on that. Starting from Newton's laws of cooling formula. For that, I think I'll use the formula dt by the rate of cooling. This should be equal to T minus T naught can you remember this formula? Rate of cooling, that we can write and T naught is what? Surrounding temperature. And let capital T be the temperature of the body at any time. Capital T is the time. This one. And this you integrate and solve. I think you'll get expression for. Let me go for it. K depends on many factors. It depends upon the mass, specific heat, and also the surrounding temperature. So all other things. That K what happened depends on the material and other parameters. So this should be equal to K into dt. Let's integrate this. This if you integrate initial temperature, Ti, temperature at any instant of time. So this will become log of T minus T naught by Ti minus T naught minus Kt. I'm proceeding in this way here. So this is the expression for the temperature of the body. So if you want to write T minus T naught, okay, Ti is initial temperature of the body, T at any time till let T be the temperature. Okay, this is the equation is telling. So now what he's asking is like the time in which the body will lose 30% of maximum heat it can lose. What is the maximum heat it can lose? H is equal to mass into specific heat. What is initial temperature? Ti we took, no? Surrounding temperature. Finally, when the temperature of the body, I think Ti is greater than T naught here. So finally, when the temperature of the body becomes equal to T naught, it has lost all its heat. That's the meaning. So this is the H is telling. Now starting from the time in which the body will lose 30% of maximum heat. So now what is now our H dash? H dash should be 30%, 0.3 of H. So we'll calculate what is that time. H dash, this should be equal to ms into, what shall I write? Okay, T dash. So what is H dash? What is H? H should be equal to this one. Okay, now you got the time, that value of time, you substitute here and solve for T. Okay, we'll get T dash in terms of Ti, that one, that we have to substitute. Then we'll get the expression for T. So this will become T dash is equal to 0.3 Ti plus 0.7 T naught equal to T dash. That I'll substitute here. There's equation 1, equation 2. Put 2 in 1 and calculate the time. Okay, can you do calculation afterwards? We have to calculate the time at which it occurs. I think there's a better approach. I felt this is the easier method, which you can take Newton's laws of cooling. This is much easier. I think you don't come for this one. Already is asking log. No, I'll do one thing. This is not needed. We'll take it out. This they're not needed. Why again all that exponential? Call this one. Put T dash in place of T. Put T dash and solve for T. There'll be O, no? Okay, anybody? I think calculations you have to work out. Huh? Okay, next again.
Sir?
We'll go for, yeah.
Asked for heat now, sir.
What is asking now?
30% of maximum heat.
Starting from T goes the time in which
0.7.
time in which the body will lose 30% of maximum heat.
Yes, sir. So 70% is remaining. 0.7 into H.
No, like it will lose that much of heat, no? The body will lose 30% of heat, that one. So time taken for the 30% to lose heat. This should be 0.3 only, no? You mean to say this is 0.7, no?
Yes, sir.
Heat lost by the body, no? When it loses
The heat
30%,
remaining will cause temperature, no, sir.
see, initially it's having temperature. Then after what time, there's a total heat for the body to cool down. After what time, what happened? It has lost 30% of the maximum heat. The maximum heat is initial, no? So maximum heat, okay, this one. So after what time, what happened? The body, what happened has lost that particular thing. This is the TI initial. So after what time, what happened? The body, what happened, will lose 30% of the maximum value. Then left out will be 0.7.
Okay, sir. Got it.
I think it should be this much only. Okay, I'll come for the next one. 13, 14. Huh? Eighth one over, no? 8, 13, 11, 13, 14. A convex mirror of focal length f and convex length. There's a convex mirror and a convex lens. Focal length is this one, and a convex length of focal length f by 2 are placed a distance 2 apart. An object placed in front of lens. The image formed after first refraction at lens and then reflectionate mirror is in front of lens. It should be here. The image formed after first refraction at lens, and then a reflection at mirror is formed at the middle of lens and mirror. Find the distance. So final image will be here. Okay, first we'll do one thing. Find the distance of object from the position of final image in centimeter. Okay, there's a distance, how much separation? 2f, no? So the final image will be here. So we don't know this, but the final image should be here only. First I1, then I2. Okay, I2 should be here. Okay, you proceed like this. If image I2 is here, where the object should be? You know image I2 compared to the second lens of convex mirror. Calculate the position of the image formed I1. That image formed by the lens will become object for the convex mirror. So I'll use the formula. So the reflected rays will be moving towards left. So I know the final image distance minus 1 by f plus this call x1 is equal to 1 by f. Focal length, okay, this will be, so how much it will be? X1 will become 2f. So where the image I1 should be somewhere here. The focal length. This image I1 will become object for this. So what is the image at what distance will be? I1 will be at a distance 3f. So use mirror formula. Plus 3f minus of, we don't know the distance, directly write, or if you want, you put it, you don't know sign, no? Solve for x. Better to, since he has said this, okay, it was a little bit easier. Huh? This I2 will become, I2 is the image and I1 is a object for the convex mirror, and I1 will be the image for the lens, this one. Okay, this is f by 2, sorry. 13, okay, there's a basic idea. I think at least minimum, if you draw diagram in exam, very easy, or if you're able to imagine, okay, fine. But worst case, if you are unable to get any idea, at least draw diagram and work out. Question number 14. The idea, say it's a hall where it's a very big thing. Let me put here. If the final position of the image formed after refraction from lens, refraction from slab, reflection from mirror, refraction from slab and lens is that object. Final image should be here only. Okay, the rays after passing through this meniscus, so will slab what will shift, then what will happen? Again, it should retrace, no? So we will do one thing. I think problem is solved. After refraction, if they fall normally here, just I'll correct the diagram. So this will shift it, no? So after shifting, if they fall here normally, problem solved. Okay, fine. So again, what when it will retrace the path. I think there's a simplest approach is what I'm bringing. So they have to retrace the path. So they have to retrace means now you know focal length of this, call F1. This will be F3. So what is the focal length of 1 by F1 equal to mu minus 1? I think directly let me write it. 1.5 minus 1 radii plus 20 plus 60. Calculate F1 and you know object distance. Anybody value F1? Anybody value F1, focal length of the lens? (60 centimeter).
Sure.
Okay, 60 centimeter. Then use formula 1 by V1 minus 80 plus 60. You'll get the V1. V1 will be 240 centimeter. After this, 240 centimeter. Okay, that one. The slab will produce a shift. So shift will be 1 minus 1 by mu into T. Refractive index of slab 1.5. So I think this will be 1.5, 3 by 2. So 2 by 3 into this is 3 centimeter. 1 centimeter will be the shift. So 241 centimeter, it will be there. Then, so we should adjust now the, if the image I1 is formed at, there's a I1, it will further shift. So I2 will be, look at some 1 centimeter will be shifted here. Now, if it forms exactly, if this I1, so this is I1, all right, this is I2. If I2 is at center of curvature of the concave mirror, problem solved. And we know what is this 241 centimeter. How much left over? 7. Radius of curvature of that one. So X, shall we put 13? I think I'm correct, no? So 241. How much remaining distance will be left over? This is PI2 should be 7, no? So 7 plus 3 plus 10. Oh, okay, this one. The P3I3, P3I2 should be 20 centimeter. So what is P3I2?
10 plus 6.
Okay, PI2, P I'll measure from here. PI2 plus 3 plus X equal to 20 centimeter. PI2 is 7, 7 plus 3 plus X. The problem is very simple. If you have where if the image is formed at the object itself, means I think little bit conditions are very easy. Okay, let's take the somebody asked 11 and 15. No, 15 I didn't solve. Come for this question number 15. We'll take the second diagram. The first diagram, this one we'll take up of second diagram. Look at the density of that one and the density of this. So first we'll look at the Bion force. It is released there. So when it is released, Bion force, the weight of the slab, then it will accelerate. So what is the expression for acceleration? FB minus by M minus G. What is Bion force? Rho naught 1 minus 4y. Mass. So density, area into length of the slab into G. What is the mass of the slab? Density of slab anywhere, somewhere. Constant density rho naught. Rho naught AL into G. Is that okay? Shall I write directly to save time? So that rho naught get cancelled, AL get cancelled. So therefore this everything acceleration will become how much? G also get cancelled. So minus 4 GY. So how is the acceleration? Acceleration will be proportional to displacement. Y is measured from here. I think he has made some condition. Y is positive when measured upward and negative when measured downward. So therefore, because of this acceleration proportional to negative of displacement. So when the slab is exactly here, so what is acceleration be 0? If you displace it, the force will act upward. If you displace upward, the force will act downward. So it is executing SHM. The slab is this one. Huh? The slab will execute SHM, and we know that the time period is independent of amplitude of oscillation. So let's get into first time period. So T is equal to 2 pi omega square y, omega square equal to 4g, T equal to 2 pi by omega. Here only. So this is the expression for time period. So he is giving one more, root g, I'll write it as pi. So 2 pi root I think 1 by 2. One second. So there's a time period, and we know you go back to SHM, the time period is independent of amplitude of oscillation. I think the problem has become very simple. If it is not SHM, really it's very lengthy. We have to get into the mathematics, everything, that one. Okay, let's get into the major concept here now. This slit. So now S equal to 2D. What is that S? S is a displacement given. I think somewhere S is here. Please look at here. So whether you release from here, anywhere, what is the time taken to move from extreme to mean? Should be 1/4 of the time period. So I'll do one thing. I'll release the slab. Somewhere I'll release the slab. Okay, this first we'll do for S equal to 2D. 2D, I think it should be far away. Yeah. So at T equals 0, I released. After what time it will be available? 0.25 seconds. Then again it will be here. T equal to 0.5 seconds. Then again at what time it will return back? 0.75. Again 1 second it will be back here. Now between 0 to 1 second is asking. And now you come back, this is a liquid. So what about mu L of a liquid? Liquid of refractory is mu naught, no? That of the slab, mu. Yeah, this is mu naught. Refractory index of slab is mu. This is screen. Our pattern will be there. We are supposed to observe the pattern on the screen. Tell me like how you write the equation. Suppose if a wave is there. So there's a path difference before slits and after slits. After slits is due to this particular medium on. So we'll write the equation for this path difference before slits. So first, now what is the path difference before slits? It should be equal to delta x2 1 minus mu by mu naught minus 1. Thickness of this slab is how much? D. We'll agree this. If the surrounding medium is what happened, if the air, it would have been mu naught. Shall I write this much here? Then path difference after slits should be equal to dy by capital D. Then you write it here. So now the path difference, the net path difference should be equal to delta x1 plus delta x2. This should be equal to dy by capital D plus right expression for n lambda. Why I'm asking is so that you can have some conclusion mu by mu naught minus 1. So this should be how much? Only capital D. And now look at this one. Put n equals 0. If the slab is at lower slit, the central maxima will be at lower slit, will be below the axis. No? Can you recollect some ideas? If the slab either it is here, doesn't matter. If the slab is either before slit, after slit, the conditions are same. You can see, like, you know, when the slab is at lower slit, before or after, the central maxima will be below. When the slab is here, the central maxima will be here, above the axis. So central maxima will be here. So when central maxima will come here, when it reaches here, when the slab is at axis, then what happens? The central maxima will come here. So as the slab moves, the central maxima will shift. Once the slab reaches here, central maxima will be here. So in one oscillation, how many times the slab will be below axis? Twice. So twice it will be below axis, central maxima here. Above C or below C, it will be twice. For 2 seconds. 2 seconds means twice, no, time period of oscillation for 2 oscillations. Still some of you are trying to think mathematically, but you should take help of SHM. I'll come back to VR here, no? Okay, I'll give the diagram with this. I think at least you are able to understand. This is when the slab is somewhere here, anywhere it is moving, the central maxima will be here. Okay, got it. When the slab either moving up or moving down, anything it will be, central maxima will be here. And the time period is independent of amplitude of oscillation. Time period T independent of S. Shall I write? Because S is the amplitude, no, you are going to give. If you take help of SHM only, I think you are able to do it. Unless if it is SHM doesn't flashes, no, I think not possible. Will be in a big trouble. I didn't think it's SHM, to be frank. Then what I did is, like, the slab is released, then variable acceleration, calculated time. Then I thought, okay, it's so many options, the distance, everything. Luckily, what happened? I got expression for acceleration. So here I ended up. Almost for 40 minutes, I struggled with this problem because I thought it's not SHM something. I just took help of the kinematics. So be alert. I think we have to look at the options. I didn't bother. Just I had a glance of options, then I went. So the way he has asked the options, no. So definitely he's asking us to think once SHM. Can you work out? I just shared idea. This is how many times in one oscillation, twice below axis, twice above the axis. 2 oscillations, 4 times. Like this, you have to work out this one. 3 by 4 seconds. This is, I think, this option you see. What do you mean 3 by 4 seconds? 0.25 seconds. So time taken to move from here to here is 0.25. Any other questions? I think last 10 minutes are there. If you have any question, you can ask. Paper 2, I think, see, selection of questions. I feel like, again, selection of questions in this paper matters a lot. Especially both the papers, no? The very good questions first you should have picked up. What all you know it very fast. especially the wave optic questions here and there, little bit troublesome, but ray optic questions are very easy, no? You could have done all that first. Say, I'll never question in exam why you didn't do this question. I'll ask you only about marks. How you got marks by doing good problem or easy problem, nobody bothers, no? So selection of question matters a lot. Please come out of your egoism. Exam means it's all about like this one. Say anything lengthy, tough, everything, put it in the end. Go through all easy first questions. I think if you see the type of questions what we have, no? This you could have managed this 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5. Okay, little bit you have to think. 6 you could have managed. 7 already we discussed in class. You could have done. 8 okay, little bit all this calculation. 9 okay, you know it. 10 little bit you should KTG clearly. Okay, then 11. See selection of question. Then 12, 14, 12, 13, 14. Almost you can see 15, okay. If idea of SHM flashes, okay. Otherwise, you're in big trouble. 16, already in paper 1, you did similar to the same thing it has come here. So I think there are troublesome are only 4 or 5. I think 18th one, little bit lengthier because each and every step you have to work out. So 15, question number 15, 18, some 4 questions if you leave it, no, out of 18. 12 are very manageable. Huh? You do 12. Definitely, I think you'll be in a better position. Then time left over, check up remaining 6, which you can do comfortably, where less calculations are there. Selection of question in exam matters. Huh? I don't know, students, like I heard most of them, they say like this question very good conceptual, that's why we attempted. The one which is easy matters a lot for you, not the tough or the good conceptual, nothing. Please make a habit of that one. That's why when I give assignment, no, don't all order 1, 2, 3. Search first all easy questions, but your approach is what? You'll first search the tough questions. So make a habit of from assignments only. In only assignment, again, when you are solving the book water pen, don't search easy question. There you have to search all varieties of questions. But assignment water pen, better practice with easy questions so that it will get habituated for an exam also. I'll wind up the class. Any questions you have personally, you can put in WhatsApp. Huh? Please send your name or don't send just the question, that one. Please send your name and section. It'll be easy for me to identify.
Sir,
Yeah.
can you open question paper 1?
It's here, paper 1. Yeah. I think we are in paper 1.
13th question, sir.
Question number?
13.
13th one. Okay, what happened here?
Sir, how did you get 6th MSD, sir?
I show no, when you watch video, as you move when 0 of 1 year merges with 0 of main scale, as you move it, which line will first merge? I shown many times after this line will merge. Okay, I think I have. I don't know if you watch video, you will get a very good animation, that one. I also told you to watch that one. I don't know. Where is the thing? I think we are. Let me try. Yeah. No, which line will merge? Are you getting the idea? Say first it will be like this, no? First, which line will merge? Only 0 merging with 0. 0 of 1 is 0 of main scale. No. First line of this one. Next you can see this. Third, fourth, fifth. But it is like this, no? 2 point between 2 millimeter and 3 millimeter, no? Again, we have to go back to question. No? There's a possibility, no? No. Zero is here. Huh? Yeah. Between 2 millimeter, 3 millimeter is there. Okay, so you, better in your take cardboard something with that you manage it. No, I can show it till here. So 2 and 3, it is here. Again you see that one as you move it. This line is what merging. Huh? Okay, I'll stop the class.
Sir,
Yeah.
paper 2 6th question. Mirror and lens combination formula, sir. There I think it should be plus sign, not minus sign.
Let's I think where we are YDSC. Yeah? Where is YDSC? It's here, no? Which is our question paper?
Paper 2.
Paper 2. It should be minus FL. I'm very sure. I think in books they're given plus, some books they're given plus or minus, but it should be 1 by FM minus 2 FL. Check notes also. Where we are. Paper 2. Huh? Paper 2 or paper?
Paper 2 6th question.
6th question. It is here, no?
This is the end of paper 2, sir.
Paper 2 6th question, no? This paper 1. Huh?
That should be plus 2 by FL.
No, minus 2 FL. I gave in notes also. I told you very clearly that some books they give plus, some books they give like a plus or minus, but should be negative only. Then only whatever you do practically, it will be verified. It should be negative only, strict condition. Okay, thank you all of you. Any other questions you have personally, you can send in WhatsApp group. Huh?
Last week one question.
That one I'm not getting time. I'll solve it once. That 15, 16, you were saying?
Yes, sir, the thermodynamics.
Thermodynamic. I solved off, but somewhere I'm looking at the mathematics. That one I'll check it and verify it. Huh? Half I solved due to plus or minus somewhere calculations. I'm not reaching answer. If you want, I'll give the method. Huh?
Okay, sir.